My name is Brennan Bellinger. I was asked what gravity is and if its value can change. So gravity is an interaction between two objects that have mass. I think there's an old story with Isaac Newton where he was sitting under a tree and an apple fell on his head. So he started questioning if the apple fell on his head or if he moved up to the apple. That's kind of an argument for flat earth theorists, that we're just like on this flat plane that's constantly accelerating upwards. So objects don't fall, we just move up to them. It's kind of silly, but yeah, so he was able to do some experiments and was able to derive a gravitational constant, which doesn't change, but it's an important number. It's actually a really, really small number, but when you apply it to planet and star-sized objects, creates a really big force just because they're so massive. So that number is used for calculating the gravitational acceleration. That's something that a mass can produce. So that value does change. Here on Earth, we have an average acceleration of 9.81 meters per second squared and 32.2 feet per second squared. I say average because it's dependent upon how far you are from the center of mass. So say you're at the top of a mountain, you'll experience less gravitational acceleration than if you were at sea level, just because it's very insignificant, but it is measurable. But yeah, so in conclusion, gravitational acceleration can change because it's dependent on the radius and mass of something, but the gravitational constant doesn't. Yeah. Any questions?
Okay, any question? This is my question for you. Which part of the Earth do people experience the highest amount of gravitational force?
Which part of the what?
Of the Earth, like of the planet, of this planet, do we have a very, very high gravitational force?
I think at the poles, because they're closer to the center of the Earth, but the equator is kind of like further out from the center, so it kind of bulges.
Okay. What about on the surface? I hope you guys know that the value of G varies from countries to countries. Like, it's not actually constant everywhere. It depends on the radius, just like you said. So which parts, like looking at the way the world is, which parts do you think we have the highest gravity and which parts would have the lowest?
Depends on the altitude.
Do you know the answer?
I don't know, I guess like the deepest part of the ocean.
Well, you guys are just going down, okay, which is true. But if you look at it, the Earth is not actually perfectly spherical. I hope you guys know that. Yeah. So it's more like an oval shape. So if you're at the North Pole or the South Pole, you actually experience the highest gravity. And if you're at the equator, you actually experience the lowest value of G. Because at the equator, we have larger radius there compared to the one we have for the South Pole and for the North Pole. It's just